right now with me is the uncle of this girl who just spoke to us at this point of time, and let's just try and understand what kind of experience this has been for the family. आप सबसे पहले तो हमको ये बताइए कि ये जो कंट्रोवर्सी सारी खड़ी हुई, इस सब का फैमिली के ऊपर क्या असर रहा?
ये फैमिली के ऊपर कोई असर नहीं रहा इससे, लेकिन बच्चे थोड़े से डर गए एक्चुअली, कि उनको लगा कुछ लोग हमारे खिलाफ हो रहे हैं ऐसे। इसी बाकी तो कुछ नहीं है, बाकी ने किसी ने कोई थ्रेटनिंग वगैरह नहीं दी है।
अच्छा,
ऐसी बात नहीं हुई। बिल्कुल थोड़ा सा प्रोपेगेंडा हो गया ऐसे, बट अदरवाइज इट इज ऑल इज गुड, ऑल
इज वेल, ऑल इज वेल। सो नाउ these kids have decided not to play anymore. Why?
Yes, they have decided to, हम इस पे के साथ नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि उन्होंने एक्चुअली किसी मकसद के लिए ये बैंड बनाया था। एक्चुअली इनका मकसद था पीस एंड हार्मनी। अब इसमें पीस और हार्मनी रही नहीं।
अच्छा,
राइट, ये तो डिफरेंट टर्न हो गया, तो इट इज बेटर टू क्विट।
ओके, तो हैव दे टेकन दिस डिसीजन इन कंसल्टेशन विद द फैमिली?
नो, दे हैव इंडिविजुअली टेकन द डिसीजन, बिकॉज उन्होंने इंडिविजुअली स्टार्ट भी किया था और इंडिविजुअली डिसीजन भी ले लिया।
ओके, बट हैज द फैमिली आल्सो बीन अ पार्ट इन गिविंग देम सपोर्ट थ्रू दिस एंटायर टाइम?
Yes, that was because उन्होंने कहा था कि हम इसमें जाएंगे। उन्होंने सोचा था चलो ठीक है, अगर ये अच्छे मकसद के लिए जा रहे हैं, पीस एंड हार्मनी इज नॉट बैड, तो उस वजह से गए थे उसके साथ। तो लेकिन अब इसने अगली शेप ले लिया, इसने पीस भी नहीं रहा, हार्मनी भी नहीं रही, तो इससे अच्छा है कि उन्हें क्विट किया।
अच्छा, तो जो मौलाना साहब ने जो कहा था, फतवा दिया, इशू किया, इस पर कुछ लोगों ने और कमेंट किया, उस पर क्या कहना है?
एक्चुअली कुछ लोग कहते हैं इस्लाम में म्यूजिक जायज है, कुछ लोग कहते हैं नहीं जायज है। वो भी अपने हदीस दिखा रहे हैं, ये भी अपने हदीस दिखा रहे हैं। अब कौन सही कर रहा है कौन गलत कर रहा है तो पता ही नहीं।
अच्छा,
है ना, कुछ लोग तो कहते हैं इजाजत है, कुछ लोग कहते हैं नहीं इजाजत है। इसलिए अब ये इस कंट्रोवर्सी में फंसना, उधर ये है जायज है नहीं जायज है, इट इज बेटर टू क्विट।
Okay. So for the time being, the girls would not play music at all, huh?
No, they have decided not to play for the time being. That is afterward, जब ये बड़े हो जाएंगे, इनको अपना डिसीजन है क्या कर लेंगे उसके बाद।
तो इन पे कोई फोर्स वगैरह तो नहीं है?
इन पे कोई फोर्स नहीं है, इन पे बिल्कुल कोई फोर्स नहीं है, किसी ने कोई धमकाया डरकाया नहीं है, ऐसी बात नहीं है।
अच्छा,
बिल्कुल कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। जब लोगों ने सपोर्ट भी किया इनको बहुत, आदू ने कहा था कि आप कंटिन्यू कीजिए, हम आपके साथ हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने कहा कि आप कंट्रोवर्शियल बन गया तो हम क्विट कर रहे हैं।
तो आपको लगता है जिन लोगों ने सपोर्ट किया उनका फैमिली शुक्रगुजार है?
यस, व्हाई नॉट, वो तो बिल्कुल सपोर्ट भी किया लोगों ने। वैसे डराया धमकाया किसी ने नहीं, ऐसी बात नहीं है, ये ऐसी ही है। जस्ट ये लग रहा है कि मगर बिल्कुल हमारे सपोर्ट में बहुत सारे लोग आए, ऐसी बात नहीं है। तो उन्होंने कहा ये छोटे बच्चे हैं, इनका एक मिशन था, इनका एक्चुअली ये नहीं था, म्यूजिक ही मिशन नहीं था, म्यूजिक था पीस एंड हार्मनी, जिसके लिए लोग दुनिया तरस रही है। पीस आना चाहिए, अमन आना चाहिए दुनिया में, ये बच्चे उसी की तरफ जा रहे थे। एक्चुअली मकसद म्यूजिक नहीं था, मकसद पीस था। और
अब इनको लगता है कि वो मकसद पूरा नहीं हो रहा है।
इनको लगा कि नहीं हुआ, और ये मतलब ये क्या एक्चुअली क्या हुआ कि हार्मनी नहीं है, पीस नहीं है। जब किसी चीज में हेट्रेड पैदा होता है, इट इज बेटर टू लीव दैट।
ओके, तो आगे अपने घर पर इफ दे वांट टू प्ले म्यूजिक, घर पे तो इनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है?
घर में कुछ नहीं है, घर में तो हर एक घर, आप मुझे बताइए किस घर में टीवी नहीं है? आप मुझे बताइए कौन घर पिक्चरें नहीं देखता है? आप बताइए कौन से, इवन अगर आप देखेंगे मौलवीज भी तो देखते रहते हैं टीवी शो। आप देखिए सरमन्स तो पीस टीवी पे भी देते हैं। अगर हम देखेंगे, अगर बुखारी खोलेंगे, फोटोग्राफी इज प्रोहिबिटेड इन इस्लाम। फोटोग्राफी जायज नहीं है इस्लाम में, लेकिन जब हम हज के लिए जाते हैं पहले 32 फोटोग्राफ मांगते हैं। So things have changed. हम क्या कह सकते हैं इसके बारे में?
ये बच्चियां यही रहेंगी कि वो देखो
यही रहेंगी? नो, ऐसी बात नहीं है। अच्छा, यही है, स्कूल जाना है।
अच्छा,
बिल्कुल।
तो ये जो आपकी बच्ची है, आपकी बच्ची जो है, और has she been in touch with the other friends of
hers? Yes, they have decided to quit it.
Okay. Well, that's the uncle of the girl, talking to us and clearly giving their perspective, giving the perspective of the family, which has seen this all through right from the beginning when this entire issue on this music band started. Some very candid observations that the family is making here, but eventually what has happened is that the girls would not want to play for some time. Then the reason they're giving out is pretty clear. They're saying that they had started this music band for peace and harmony. Yes. That was the idea, but there is no peace and there's no harmony that we can see as of now, so there's no point of continuing with it.
Yesterday, the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Umar Abdullah was telling headlines today how proud he is of the Kashmiri tradition, of music, of culture. But is this what the situation has come down to in his reign, in his regime. With me, Shujaul Haq, my colleague, who's been tracking this story very closely. He broke the story. He's been tracking every twist and turn of this story. Shuja, in Jammu and Kashmir, artists have been attacked in the past, not just singers. A TV star was shot by terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir. But just now, the situation is far more dangerous. Just now, they didn't even have to use guns. Just a fatwa, just a warning, just warning of these e-urchins online did the job. It's a very dangerous situation.
Well, Gaurav, can you repeat this question, please?
Shuja, it's a very dangerous situation in Jammu and Kashmir. In the past, terrorists had to use guns. Now, these culture terrorists don't even have to use guns. It's just one fatwa or one warning and music stops.
Well, that's the entire crux of it. The problem is, as we were just speaking to one of the uncles of one of the girls, the idea was peace and harmony. The idea was to spread music, to spread happiness, and that is what it is not remained anymore. Now we are talking about controversial questions. We are talking about controversial statements being made. We are talking about all sort of other issues that you're also pointing out being linked to it, but no one really understands what is going on with these kids. And also, not only these kids, there are hundreds of kids like them, hundreds of children like them, who are continuously trying to do what they want to do, but eventually end up not doing that. So that is something which we really as a society have to understand. We also have to understand that there are certain hypocritical issues and hypocritical arguments that we make when it comes to applying them on ourselves, and then when it comes to sermonizing about them.
Indeed. So is the uncle suggesting a way out? Will he encourage these three young girls? Should they leave Kashmir, follow their dreams, or should they wait till they're older and, God willing, hope that society changes for the better?
I still have the uncle with me. They've been very brave coming out and making sure that their point of view is put across. Let me just straight away put that question to him. मैं आपको फिर से एक वही बात पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या फैमिली किसी तरीके से ये चाहेगी कि कल को ये लड़कियां अपने ड्रीम्स, अपने फ्यूचर के बारे में अगर आप उनका फ्यूचर म्यूजिक की तरफ है वो ना करें?
एक्चुअली देखिए, वक्त के साथ हालात बदल जाते हैं. अभी हम नहीं कह सकते हैं कि 10 साल के बाद क्या होगा, ये क्या डिसाइड कर लेंगे. फिलहाल तो इन्हें क्विट कर दिया. अब तो इनके ऊपर डिपेंड है. ये बच्चे कल बड़े हो जाएंगे, इनका तो इंडिपेंडेंस है. ये तो उस वक्त देखेंगे क्या कर सकते हैं. अभी तो फिलहाल तो ऐसा नहीं है कुछ. अभी तो मैं नहीं कह सकता हूँ कि नहीं करेंगे, मैं नहीं कह सकता हूँ कि करेंगे. अभी तो फिलहाल उन्हें क्विट कर दिया. तो इन्हें सोचा कि सोसाइटी भी थोड़े से खिलाफ है. सारी सोसाइटी खिलाफ नहीं है, कुछ लोग खिलाफ है. इन्हें सोचा थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल बन गया तो इन्हें क्विट कर दिया. इन्हें सोचा वही ठीक रहेगा, हमारे लिए फिलहाल वही ठीक रहेगा. जिससे हालात ठीक रहेंगे तो वही ठीक करेंगे.
There you have the answer, pretty much very clear here. At this point of time, looking at the kind of reactions that they've been seeing, they've decided not to do it at this point of time. But at the same time, the family is very clear about it. Tomorrow, if they grow up and they are capable of taking the decisions on their own, and they want to take their own decisions, there should be no problem in that. That's what the underlying message is here. Also, what you need to understand here is the fact that how this entire issue was played out. Even the family, we have the uncle with us right now.
Yes.
Even speaking to them, you can clearly understand how they were not prepared to take on such an issue which is created, which probably were not even in their imaginations for forever. All that they wanted their children was probably, for their children it was a play. For them it was just a hobby, or maybe something that they wanted to dream about. But now it is turned into something where they cannot probably stand it anymore, and they don't want to do it anymore. Simple.
It indeed is. It's horrifying. It's scary. Just a couple of days ago, the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Umar Abdullah, was saying, let's hope that these girls carry on, that a few morons in Jammu and Kashmir don't succeed in silencing them. But sadly, Shuja, these morons actually have won in Jammu and Kashmir. The liberal voices, even though the chief minister was supporting them, even though the PDP was supporting them, so the two principal political parties in Jammu and Kashmir, were they only paying lip service to these three young girls because their dreams lie shattered this evening?
Well, once again, speaking to the family, it's very clear that clearly they were not happy with the kind of reactions that this took from one place to another, one political party to another. How one issued a statement, another issued a counter statement, and in the melee, probably somewhere the family and the girls got caught up. They were not ready for it. I'll still try and ask the same question to the uncle who is still with me. I'm very thankful for him to be still with us. I'm trying to ask him once again the same question. आपको क्या लगता है जो जिस तरीके से बयानबाजी इस पे हुई है, चीफ मिनिस्टर saying something, opposition saying something, some other people saying something about it, इसका क्या असर रहा है आप लोगों की मानसिकता पे?
एक्चुअली ये ठीक बात नहीं है कि ये तो छोटा सा इशू था, इसको इतना बड़ा बनाना ये ठीक बात नहीं है। और पब्लिक बनाना इन चीज़ों को, ये छोटी बच्चियां थी लेकिन ये उनको पब्लिक बनाना अच्छी बात नहीं है। इन फ्यूचर दिस शुड नॉट हैपन इन कश्मीर एटलीस्ट। अगर ऐसा कोई करता भी है कम से कम उसको बताना चाहिए, ऐसा अगर गलत है तो गलत है, लेकिन इसको पब्लिक बनाना, फिर ऐसे कराना, ऐसे प्रेस में लाना, ये चीजें अच्छी बात नहीं है।
तो आपको लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट ने भी जिस तरीके से इस पर रिएक्ट किया और फिर लोगों को ने काउंटर रिएक्ट किया, वो भी सही नहीं था?
हाँ, वो भी सही नहीं था, अच्छा नहीं था, इस पर रिएक्शन ही नहीं करना था। अगर था तो बस साइलेंटली बैठना था, तो खुद डेड हो जाता सर।
ओके, सो देयर यू हैव इट, यू नो, वेरी क्लियरली they are saying that the reactions that came from the political parties, the reactions and the counter reactions that came to those reactions made the case all the more worse for them.
These girls wanted to play music for peace, they wanted to play for harmony. So who is it who's opposed to peace and harmony in Jammu and Kashmir, and is that why they were not very happy with a young rock band? Three young girls. Pragaash. What does Pragaash mean? From darkness unto light. Who are these elements who want to push Kashmir back into that era of darkness? Is that why the likes of Asia Andarabi of Dukhtarane Millat and the Hurriyat Conference are opposed to music in Jammu and Kashmir? They're opposed to these young voices rising and speaking the language of peace, speaking the language of harmony, because these elements do not benefit from the voice of peace, from the voice of harmony. You also heard this young girl's uncle. He's pained at the politics over this issue. He's extremely pained how politicians made political capital from this issue, yet none came forward to hold the hand of these three young girls, to reassure them that the state was with them, that the people of Jammu and Kashmir and this country are with them. That is something that's really hurt that uncle, that's hurt the family. The family is scared, they're living in fear. This young girl said, because there is a fatwa against us, we quit, because the Grand Mufti has issued a fatwa. She says this is not justified, it should not happen. But she's realized that music cannot happen in Kashmir. She will not join the band again, even if she's given security. Filhal ke liye, we quit. That is what she said. There was pain and anguish in her voice as she said this, because the Grand Mufti of Kashmir thinks music is un-Islamic. Before we move on in this bulletin, let's listen to those voices who have sadly won. Let's listen in to Asia Andarabi of Dukhtarane Millat. What is she saying about music and these three young girls? Let's listen. Listen to Ayaz Akbar. Let's listen into Ayaz Akbar, the spokesperson of the Hurriyat Conference.
मैं विद फुल कॉन्फिडेंस आपको बता दूं कि मैं डिनाई करूं इस बात को कि ये लड़कियां जो हैं इनको कोई लाइफ थ्रेट है यहाँ। ये बिल्कुल मीडिया इसको इस चीज को बढ़ा रहा है। ये बिल्कुल एक सीधी सी बात है। नॉट एट ऑल, नॉट एट ऑल।
Okay, the Hurriyat may claim there is no threat to the lives of these three young girls, but you can hear fear in her voice. She is scared. The uncle is scared. Shujaul Haq, my colleague who broke the story, who's tracked every twist and turn in the story, once again joins me from Srinagar on this story. Shuja, somewhere down the line, the liberal voices did not come forward and support these girls. It's the Talibani voices that have won. Is the family scared? Are they scared about their well-being in Srinagar?
Well, Gaurav, no, they're not scared about their well-being in Srinagar. They are only, yes, psychologically there is some impact on them, which you can clearly see. You know, we spoke to the girl, we spoke to the uncle of the girl. They have decided to not to perform at this moment because they do not want to upset anyone. And the underlying message was clear. The idea of creating this band for these girls was to spread peace and harmony. And if the peace and harmony does not exist with the issue anymore, there is no point of continuing with it. But as far as the
Okay,
scare part
stay
is
on with me
concerned,
for a moment.
yes,
Let me quickly bring in Mustafa Kamal of the NC on this story. Mustafa Kamal, your government failed to protect these three young girls. They're so scared, they've quit, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, Mustafa Kamal, are you embarrassed by the fact that your government failed to protect three young girls and Talibani voices have won in Kashmir?
Absolutely not. This single incident should not be blown out of proportion. There's nothing like Taliban or any such agency that is responsible for this. These are fringe elements which are out to destroy the harmony, social and religious harmony that is existing in the state for centuries, and that has stood the test of time. And now they would like to destabilize the peace that we have achieved for the last 2 years. So these are fringe elements, and there is nothing like the government having lost before these elements. These fringe elements exist in every society. And we have known at the height of militancy how they issued diktat against viewing of television. That didn't last long
it's
because
your
the society
government.
didn't accept it. And then they had the ban on the dress. They issued a dress code diktat. That didn't go long. The society didn't accept it. And even this, uncalled for.
It is your government. It is your government in Jammu and Kashmir, sir. Your government in Jammu and Kashmir. If you cede ground to fringe elements will take to center stage. That is what is happening, sir.
Absolutely, the government, as has been said by the chief minister on the television and in the press, that the agencies that are responsible for law and order, the secret services of the government of Jammu and Kashmir, the police are on the job to identify these elements, and I'm sure before long they will be identified and punished.
Mustafa Kamal of the National Conference with me here on Headlines Today. Mustafa Kamal, it's your government in Jammu and Kashmir. Your government failed to protect these girls. They are so scared that they've quit. It's the fringe elements who you say are threatening them, which are taking center stage because you are ceding ground to them, sir.
No. They have not taken the center stage, and this anguish of the girl is justified. These threats have not, it is not new to us. We have had this in our society for the last 20 years, ever since the advent of militancy. Threats of all types, of all people, and given to all people, all classes, and many people had to face the bullet. But these fringe elements cannot be given center space because society has not accepted them in the past, and they're not going to do so in the future. Any government needs time to deal with such elements and to home in or target them and isolate them, and then hand them over to the process of law.
Sir, 4 days. You've had 4 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today is Monday. 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. on Monday. What action has been taken apart from just registering one FIR, sir?
It's an isolated incident. You cannot generalize it. And I'm sure before long, those people shall be isolated before the public and handed over to law.
One FIR. Her uncle spoke to Headlines today. Mustafa Kamal, do you concede? He's saying that politicians they blew the situation out of proportions and they made political capital out of it. Nobody protected the young girls or the families.
Well, as far as politicians are concerned, in fact, the media dragged the politicians into the debate. It was not such a big issue, but it received the media hype to an extent. Perhaps it is justified, and that's why the politicians they were roped in because of the media hype. In any case, this is an issue not of law and order, of a fringe element trying to terrorize a few girls and try to create a fear psychosis in the society, which has now evaporated. Try to gain ground which they are losing very fast.
Okay.
And the senior elements have an upper hand for the last 2 years. They would like to draw them back and again take the center stage as far as terrorizing the people is concerned. And
Sir,
I'm sure
that
the government
is
will
where,
not allow it.
yes, Mustafa Kamal, many thanks for joining me here on Headlines today. That is where your leadership qualities of the NC government are under test. They are on test, sir. Go after these fringe elements, lock them up should the need be, at least provide a safe environment to these young girls to be able to sing and flourish in Jammu and Kashmir, if that genuinely is paradise on earth. As Firdaus said, let me bring in Shehla Rashid, an activist on this. Shehla Rashid, do you agree with Mustafa Kamal that these are fringe elements, they should be ignored? These girls are free to sing should they want to. The girls say we want to quit, we are scared, this is unjustified, but we will not sing.
See, number one, these are fringe elements, but why doesn't the Chief Minister speak against them? Why is the Chief Minister so scared? He just wrote one tweet. If these are just fringe elements, he just wrote one tweet, and that too took him 2 days. And when at a time the Mufti, the Grand Mufti, should have issued a fatwa against the rape threats, which are so clearly un-Islamic, he goes over to victimize these little girls. And why doesn't the government come clean on its relationship with the Mufti? What does this mean? The Chief Minister wrote one tweet saying that the kind of attention that the Grand Mufti gets, the less said the better, and then he immediately deleted the tweet. Why is he so afraid of the Grand Mufti? What is this nexus between the government and the Grand Mufti? And shouldn't the Grand Mufti have issued a fatwa against these rape threats, these rogue elements who are terrorizing these little girls? What is he up to? And what is the hidden agenda of this? Why doesn't the government question it? You know, these loonies, these bunch of loonies on the Facebook page who have made these hateful comments, they are not thought leaders. You know, they don't shape public opinion. But the Grand Mufti, he's a towering figure. I mean, I don't consider him a leader, but why doesn't the Chief Minister refute his statement? Why doesn't he counter his statement?
Firdaus had called Kashmir paradise on earth, but in that paradise on earth, dreams are dying young. You heard that young voice there. She said, I quit, her friends quit. They're all of 15 and 16. They wanted to sing for peace and harmony. But who are these forces that are against peace and harmony in Jammu and Kashmir? Let me bring in Professor Bhim Singh, the chief of the Panthers party. Professor Bhim Singh, liberal voices have once again lost in Jammu and Kashmir. The so-called fringe elements have been showed. These girls won't sing again.
Oh, you want my reaction?
I want your reaction on, sir.
You know, I'm rather surprised that why media has found it a real issue or existing issue. In fact, such issues we have been facing for the past 40 years. And whatever is happening in Jammu and Kashmir, on the social level, on the religious level, on the political level, I hold the ruling parties like National Conference and Congress responsible for it.
Okay, so but clearly here, it's the society that is being affected. I mean, there are 3 young girls who want to sing and they don't have an opportunity to blossom, to flourish in Jammu and Kashmir. And Shaila Rashid, politicians, are they only paying lip service? Whether it's the NC or the PDP, they may be paying lip service, but nobody suggested one concrete step to either tell the fringe elements to shut up or take penal action against them.
Absolutely. I mean, there is a lot of mudslinging going on. I saw Mehbooba Mufti's statement on headlines today, and she's again saying the same thing. Why doesn't the government do this? Why doesn't the government do that? But what are they doing? It's not just about the government. The society as a whole needs to come out and speak out for these girls, express their support unequivocally, unapologetically, and say that, no, we don't want this. We don't want moral policing. Mehbooba Mufti herself is a woman. She has defied the norms of Kashmir and gone out to become a politician. She's a female politician. I expected better of her. I expected her to say that these women should come out. They should, not so much, it's not so much about defying. It's so much about, it's more to do with personal independence. I mean, tomorrow there may be a fatwa Grand Mufti might issue a fatwa saying Facebook is run by a Jew, so Facebook is un-Islamic. So what will all these people do? All these people who are making these rape threats and people who are sort of defending the fatwa, what will they do? Will they quit Facebook? No, they won't. It's the society that needs to come out in their support. And the chief minister, he's just saying, we'll arrest them, we'll do this, they should come to the police, and they should be given. I mean, protection will not help. Protection will not help. It's just, they have to feel, these girls are feeling intimidated right now, and they won't come back. I mean, now we can't even urge them to come back because they are little kids, only they know what they are going through. But as a society, we must give them that environment where they feel free to sing or do whatever they want.